YouTube, Quinn Wade, come to out that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube on there exclusively forever. And we're gonna talk about them Thunder, man. Shai Gilgeous led his Thunder to a 111 to 100 win over the New York Knicks. The Knicks still trying to get win number 50. Right now they're 48 and 27 after the loss of this game, and they're 21 and 18 on the road. The Thunder 59 and 16, 37, 31 and 7 at home. OKC swept the season series. All games was close, which was the one before this one and this one too. Both games the Knicks scored 100 points, but they couldn't outscore the Thunder. They don't see each other unless they play each other in the NBA Finals. If that doesn't happen, then they'll see each other next season. Let's talk about the Knicks first. They did a lot of things right in this one, and they kept the game close to be able to win it. But the Thunder won the first quarter 26-23. The Knicks won the second quarter 29-27. They lost the third quarter 31-26, and the fourth quarter 27-22. OG Anunoby, 33 minutes, 10 points. He went 2 of 9 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. The touch just wasn't there for him. He took a lot of contested looks sometimes. He took some open ones. He couldn't make either one enough in this game. When you rely on the three-point shot or the jump shot, it can be your worst and best friend. Tonight it wasn't his best when it came to shot selection too, but just touch wasn't there on a lot of perimeter shots. And then he missed some close to the rim too. He did have 3 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal. He also had 4 personal fouls. We know how hard the Thunder can be to guard, so it's no surprise that he played some good defense, but he got caught up a couple times too. And he was a minus 17 and plus minus. Karl Anthony Towns, 34 minutes, 18 rebounds, 15 points. He went 5 of 9 from the field. He missed his only 3 and went 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He's trying to get double doubles every game. He's doing a good job of that. He's trying to space the floor. He's trying to drive. He's trying to get offensive rebounds and get some easy points just by working hard. And it's getting there and it's good, but you wanted Towns to be way more dominant on the offensive end than what he's been doing lately. And it's mainly because they got more talent and more pieces and they got to share the wealth. But he still ended up having a good game. He had 2 assists, 4 turnovers, and a steal. 7 offensive boards, which is impressive because he had 11 of them still. That was only defensive. That's how good of a night he had on the glass. And Hardenstein and Chet Holmgren both did play in this game, and he still dominated in the paint when it came to rebounding. 3 personal fouls in the minus 10 and plus minus. Josh Hart, 34 minutes, 15 points. He went 5 of 9 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3. He ended up making a lot of wide open ones. He kept moving without the basketball, kept trying to find a way to get open. Then it was just about can he knock him down. Did a good job of that tonight. And then he ended up missing the 2-pointers. But other than that, he was really efficient, and he didn't miss much in this game. Only 4 shots, so that's really good. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and a minus 12. And plus minus Mikal Bridges, 34 minutes, 15 points. He went 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Good scoring from him, good effort. He tried to find a way to get open. He tried to find a way to hit the shots that he liked. He did a good job of it. He could have did a little bit better. Some was easy, but he couldn't make them. But he made basically half his shots a little bit above. So that is really good from him. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 4 steals. The 4 steals ended up being the most on the team. We know that he's good with his hands. We know he's going to try to poke it away or be in the way to get steals if those opportunities present themselves. The biggest issue, though, was he did get an offensive rebound, but he had 6 personal fouls. You can't do that. This team relies a lot on what Mikal Bridges can do defensively and offensively, and he just couldn't stay in the game the entire way. That sucks, but it ended up being that way. Jalen Brunson, game high, 32 points. He went 13 of 22 from the field, so he had a good game. They needed him to be Captain Brunson and leading them in the fourth quarter too. It was some possessions that you was like, we need a little bit more from you, Jalen, if we're going to be able to win this game. But he still performed well. He also went 4 of 7 from 3, went 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds. He had 5 assists. He had 4 turnovers and 1 offensive rebound. He also had 3 personal fouls and was a minus 13 and plus minus. So he did a lot for the team. He's needed to do that. He was relied on to do that, and he delivered again with a big night. You just want him to take over a little bit more in the fourth. Muhammad, 2 minutes, he ended up doing nothing in those 2 minutes. It can happen that way depending on who's out there and what they asking you to do when you get in the game. We know Mitchell Robinson gonna come in and dominate the glass. He didn't do that as much in this one. He only got 4 rebounds. He did get 2 of them. That was offensive though. He also went 1 of 3 from the field for 3 points. He also had one personal foul and was a +2 and plus minus. Jordan Clarkson, he ended up getting 21 minutes, which was the most off the bench. He ended up getting 2 points and went 1 of 6 from the field, and he missed his only three-pointer. He also had 3 rebounds, no turnovers, offensive rebounds, and then you look at the fact that he had one personal foul was a +5 and plus minus. Didn't shoot the ball as great as they needed him to. They needed him to come in and give them a little bit of a spark. And his shot making and his playmaking can do that for you, but he didn't really do that in this one. And then Jose Alvarado, he was able to go 3 of 10 from the field and 2 of 4 from three. He scored 8 points. Obviously, you would like him to make a couple more shots and be more efficient. Didn't happen in this one, even though he had some good to decent looks in this one. He did still get 3 rebounds and 4 assists. The problem was he also had 4 turnovers and 3 personal fouls in 17 minutes. He did also get an offensive rebound, and he did also finish as a +6 and plus minus. And then Miles McBride played 11 minutes. He ended up taking 3 threes and missed all of them. So, of course, you would like those to go down, but it didn't happen in this one. And then he also had 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, and was a -1 and plus minus. And then you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Isaiah Hartenstein did what he was supposed to do. He scored when he could. He ended up having 6 points and 3 of 6 shooting from the field. And then he had 13 boards, and that was the most on the team. He also had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal, 5 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and was a +6 and plus minus. You want him to score, set some screens, play hard in the paint, defend it as well as he can, and grab as many boards as he can. And then you look at Chet Holmgren. You need him to give you a little bit of spacing and some defense, obviously, and some rebounds, and then some finishes around the rim. He ended up getting 16 points in 33 minutes. He went 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line. Of course, you want some of those to go in. He also finished 6 of 7 from the free throw line, got an and one opportunity, which he was able to do good on. And then he had 9 boards. It would have been good if he would have got a double-double, but it didn't happen. He also had 2 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and was a +16 and plus minus. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 37 minutes. He ended up getting 30 and he'll close out the game with a nice three and a couple mid-ranges. Well, a mid-range, a layup, and a three. That really helped him stay ahead enough to be able to win the game. He went 8 of 18 from the field, so he wasn't as efficient as we have seen him throughout this season. He also went 1 of 3 from the three-point line and 13 of 16 from the free throw line, meaning he scored a lot of his points because he was aggressive and they just couldn't stay in front of him. Just couldn't defend him as clean and as disciplined as they needed to. So he was able to eat real well at the free throw line. He did have 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, and a steal. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and was a +13 and plus minus. Lugens Dort, 27 minutes, 12 points. He went 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from three, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. I liked his 3-point shooting. I liked his shot selection in this one. And he can be a guy that can be hit or miss from 2 or 3. But tonight he was able to give them some good numbers as a starter. And sometimes he might not even give you double figures, but it's good when he does. He also had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, and 2 steals. The 2 steals actually was the most on the team tonight for the Thunder. 2 offensive boards was great too, and the personal foul was a +13 and plus minus. Jalen Williams played 29 minutes. He ended up getting 22 points. He had the drives going. He had a good mentality even to get the mid-range to go. He's looking more and more like himself, which is good because the playoff time is starting, and that's how you want your best players to be and all your players to be as healthy and as aggressive as they can be. And he also made his only three and got to the free throw line and went 7 of 7. So a really good performance from him, a really dominant performance. He actually had 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal before the game was over, and he only had 2 turnovers. And then he had 1 personal foul and 1 offensive board, and the rebound was his only one, and ended up being off offensive, which is good. And then he was a -3 and plus minus. And Jalen Williams, a big guy, he ended up scoring a three that was wide open. The other two he missed. And then he ended up just scoring 3 points because of that. One rebound, three assists, one turnover, one steal, one personal foul, and a -5 in plus minus. Alex Caruso, 18 minutes, 6 points. He went 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from three. All he had to do was hit the wide open three. He took a tough one, still was able to make that, which is funny, but it's tough to shoot and tough to score. At least he was able to help the team a little bit with those shot selections and just being able to space the floor and having somebody to stay near him. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, one turnover, and a steal. He did have 3 personal fouls. He's going to be aggressive on the defensive end, and he's going to try to make things happen if he can. And sometimes that can lead to being fouls. He had a +7 and plus minus. Also, Isaiah Joe played 10 minutes. He ended up having 3 points. He went 1 of 4 from three. So you just want him to shoot a little bit better or even make all of them if he can, because there's not a lot of threes that he took. But it just shows you how hard it is to make threes. 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 personal fouls, and a -4 and plus minus. Cason Wallace, 15 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Um, he ended up taking high percentage looks. Even though he missed the free throw, missed the three, you still have to like his shot selection in this one. And I think, him, Caruso, Jalen Williams, and Joe, and Jared McCain, and AJ Mitchell, and a lot of other guys like Dorton, and even Cason Wallace, they're going to get good looks. Aaron Wiggins, all those guys, they're going to get good looks. They just have to make them. Cason Wallace, 5 points. He went 2 of 4 from the field. He missed his only three, went 1 of 2 from the free throw line, had 1 rebound, no turnovers, and a steal. He also had 3 personal fouls and was a +4 and plus minus. Then you look at Jared McCain. He played 11 minutes. He didn't make a shot. He went 0 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from three. So you still look at, get good looks. Eventually they'll go down. That's the only way you can really feel if you're him, or if you passing it to him. Eventually he'll knock him down in the future. And don't get too worried about it. And then he had 2 rebounds and a turnover, 1 offensive board, 2 personal fouls, and was a +4 and plus minus. And then AJ Mitchell played the most minutes off the bench with 24. He ended up getting 8 points. He went 2 of 4 from the field and made all of his threes. The problem was he couldn't make his twos, and usually he takes good twos and makes those better than the threes. But he also went 2 of 4 from the free throw line, so he was just cold from two, it seemed like, tonight. But he did have 4 boards. That was the most off the bench, and then he had 5 assists. So he can run the offense. He can find guys, even if it's off the dribble, even if it's just passing directly to them when they have a shot that they like, or a position on the court that they like, or they can take advantage of. And that's what point guards are supposed to do. And then no turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and was a +4 and plus minus. The Thunder, they ended up shooting 47% from the field. The Knicks shot 44, and then 36% from three for the Thunder, 43% for the Knicks, and then 38 free throws for the Thunder. They shot 82%. That was a really, really good way for them to score points consistently and stay ahead, because they had to work that hard to get them a lot of the time. And then 17 free throws for the Knicks. They shot 76%. The Knicks did out-rebound them, though, 41-39. It wasn't just by that much, though. And then 21 assists for the Thunder, 19 for the Knicks, 13 turnovers for the Thunder, 18 for the Knicks, 10 steals for the Thunder, 8 for the Knicks, no blocks for the Thunder, 3 for the Knicks, 12 offensive rebounds for the Thunder, 15 for the Knicks, 27 defensive rebounds for the Thunder, 26 for the Knicks, 22 personal fouls for the Thunder, 25 for the Knicks. And then you just realize, man, the Thunder are just a tough team to keep in front of you. And if they can make their threes and they can break down the defense and they can get to the free throw line, they can still, defend you at a high level and force you to make some tough shots, make you work for a lot of shots. And then on top of that, use their athleticism to semi-contest or full contest. It's going to be a rough night scoring on them. And, the Knicks is one of the better teams when it comes to talent. They only can get 100 on the Thunder. So it just shows you that when the Thunder are locked in and engaged and really focused and really out on the mission to prove something, they can be a tough team to beat, because they can score. They do have a guy that can get any shot that he wants. And if he doesn't get that, he's at the free throw line. Then they have guys that can shoot the three at the top of the key or at the corner. And then they got guys like Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein that can score in the paint and grab offensive boards and just be physical. So, and still bother your shots if you're trying to attack them by going to the basket. So they have a well-rounded roster. They don't really have no holes on this roster, and that's why a lot of us look at it and say if they won another title, we wouldn't be surprised because of their depth, because of their switchability, their versatility, and their size. And on top of that, they have multiple guys they can throw at the best wings and guards in the league. And if one get in foul trouble, they can replace them with the other. And that's what you have to have if you want to make a deep playoff run. You got to have so many different playing styles, so many things that you can throw at a team to get advantages or take advantages away. And the Thunder are proving that they still have that. So it's not a surprise that they had a game like this. It just we haven't seen it a lot this year because of the injuries, and now we're seeing a little bit more of it. But at the end of the day, you want to be healthy. You want to get some reps under you. You want to get some playing time for your best players and the guys that's going to be the main rotation guys. And the Knicks doing the same. You know, they just didn't play the game that they wanted to play. It just didn't go the way that they wanted to. But like I always tell y'all in a goofy way, one team has to win, one team has to lose, and the Thunder played better than them basically the entire game, in my personal opinion. And this wasn't a good game if you're a Knicks fan. This is one that you wanted to win. This was one that you wanted to watch to see if you can win. And then you seen how it went, and you seen how it ended up going for them, and you get a little discouraged. Like, do we really want to play the Thunder? Can we really beat them? That's what a lot of Knicks fans are feeling. And the Thunder saying we can beat those guys. If we play those guys in the finals, we should be able to win that series, especially if we're healthy. And that's how they played, and that's how it probably would go. You never know, though. But other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.